This is the Fifine K688, one of my favorite microphones of all time. Fifine K688, Fifine K688, the K688, Fifine K688. This has been one of my most recommended microphones. The problem is, I got an early 2022 version, but they updated this in 2023. But Fifine has sent us the new one. I mean, it's not new because it came out in 2023, but this one is the white version. To clarify, they first made a 2023 version with some minor and yet important tweaks, and from that version, they launched the white color. So not all black versions are the old one, but all white versions are the new one. The question is, are the upgrades that significant? There's only one way to find out. Let the unboxing begin. And by the way, Fifine did send me this microphone, but everything I say in this video are my thoughts only. Let's unbox this mic. Okay, comes with a manual, looks familiar. Oh. Whoa, this is more beautiful than I imagined it would be. It's not a boring matte white, and it has a great paint job. This is more like a pearl white, which I think adds to the premium look. Of course, it comes with that beautiful velvety foam. Oh, can't take it off. I can probably take it off if I tried. There we go. And the foam is actually one of the first improvements. The old K688 pop filter could have a torchlight pass through, whereas the new one kind of does, but that's a big difference. Look at that. I can practically see my finger there, but here, not as much. Even the sides are ever so slightly thicker. The old one has a bit more give to it, whereas the new one is tougher. If you look at the new K688, the diaphragm is right here, practically at the tip, whereas the new one's is a bit more recessed, which is helpful for plosives. And if it matters to you, the text and icons on the new one are more subdued. The knobs also appear to be elevated on the new one. They protrude just a bit more. The box also comes with that signature sturdy metal tripod and a properly labeled 3/8 inch to 5/8 inch thread adapter for your boom arms. The new one appears to have a slightly better build quality than the old one. And of course, a USB-C to USB-A cable. If you aren't aware of my main issue with the original K688, which happens to be the main issue of other audio YouTubers, the previous gen cables either had poor quality control or they were just incompatible with the mic. So hopefully this one works. Let's try it out. I am thrilled to report that the USB-C cable is working. That really helps me recommend this mic with more confidence. Let's do the relevant tests to compare the 2023 K688 with the 2022 K688. Now both mics have an equal amount of gain. Plosive Test. Pesky peas perpetuate problematic plosives. Pesky peas perpetuate problematic plosives. Yeah, I'm looking at the spikes in audio, and this one is clearly the winner already. In case you were curious, I took the pop filters off. Pesky peas perpetuate. Yeah, I still wouldn't do that. But if you insist on taking them off, you can always record at a 45-degree angle. Pesky peas perpetuate problematic plosives. Pesky peas perpetuate problematic plosives. Pesky peas perpetuate problematic plosives. Let's see if the foam has any effect on sibilance. Sizzling sibilance sends sharp sounds. 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 Sibilance requires a constant flow of air, like a sss. Now, because the foam here is thicker, less of that air is passing through. So sibilance performance also improved. Let's do a quick proximity effect test. In a world. In a world. So because the capsule is more recessed, you can get a bit more proximity effect with the old model, which if abused can sound untamed, whereas the new one doesn't add as much bass because of that distance from the capsule, so it sounds more natural. If you really needed to get close, you can do this. But yeah, just keep a proper distance. And in case you were wondering about resonance performance, I put both of these mics on their tripods to make a more even comparison. So resonance-wise, I think they both can still be improved. It seems to me that the new one is a bit more thump-resistant, resulting in a more low-end resonance, whereas the old one isn't as resistant to thumps, but is slightly less resonant when something hard hits it. A few tests versus the Fifine AM8. Pesky peas perpetuate problematic plosives. Pesky peas perpetuate problematic plosives. In my original Versus video, the Fifine K688 won the Plosive Test. Now, it more decisively wins the Plosive Test. Sizzling sibilance sends sharp sounds. Sizzling sibilance sends sharp sounds. I've been using the Fifine AM8 extensively lately, and in my Versus video, I did say that they were equal in terms of sibilance, but now I can say for sure the K688 wins in terms of sibilance. Hear that whistly quality? Of course, the Fifine AM8 still sounds clearer than the Fifine K688. In terms of warmth, the AM8 is still warmer than the K688. If you want to see a more in-depth comparison between these two mics, I do have a Versus video with the older K688, so I'm wondering if I should update that. So let's talk about the pros. The Fifine K688 is light. Finefine's own BM88 boom arm can handle it really well. The signal-to-noise ratio is very good. It practically has passive noise rejection by being a dynamic mic. The 70 Hz to 15 kHz frequency response practically removes a lot of the unnecessary noise. Plus, the max SPL of 130 means you can scream into this mic without worrying about distortion, at least at the analog or physical level. Of course, you still need to get your gain right. The overall tone of this mic is very good for the price. The warmth is still my favorite quality. Now for the cons, it is still a fairly resonant mic, and it isn't quite as clear as the Fifine AM8. Sometimes it can sound like you're talking into a pillow. So do I recommend the 2023 Fifine K688? I can for podcasters, streamers, and content creators. Beginner voice actors who don't have a treated room yet might enjoy this as their first mic or as a B mic to their condenser microphone. Amateur singers might like this for its warmth, but the air region is practically absent, so I can't recommend this for more serious singing applications. Overall, the 2023 Fifine K688 is what the K688 should have been to begin with. I love the thick pop filter, the recessed diaphragm, this gorgeous pearl white color that really fits my studio, and a USB cable that actually works. Shout out to Mike Newman at Level Up with Mike Newman for mentioning that Fifine made this unannounced update to the K688. Special thanks to these generous people. Thank you. If you like this type of content but haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please check out and click the subscribe button down below. Every subscriber counts. And by the way, if you like this video, make sure to check out this one.